What's going on, world? Today is February 5th, 2023. I want to welcome you to another banger episode of Can I Get Some Sports with That? I would like to introduce my panel. I got my man with the master plan, Mr. Michael Robinson. Introduce yourself.
I know that is not a Super Bowl Odell jersey you got on right now.
The champ back in the building. Let him know, Philip.
Joe was wondering, like, who jersey do this man have on right now? I was trying to see, but he wouldn't put it in the camera for the people, man. You got it. You got
look at this. Black?
Oh my God.
Oh, you saw it out.
Joe overall ready. That's it. Man. That's the show.
I told y'all, man. I be pulling it out just for y'all, man. I told y'all, man.
Joe is over already. Cancel the show. It's over.
This man sorted out already. I got Mr. Phil Miller. Introduce yourself, bro.
What's good, y'all? You know we back again. Gotta get this show cracking.
Oh, wow.
All right. And I feel like we got a special guest in the house. It's been a while since he been on the panel with us. I got my man, Mr. David Curry.
You got that notification too?
Definitely. Definitely.
Whoa.
Might as well bring that in, D-boy.
I would have stayed paused this whole time and just because of that dang on jersey, but we'll save it for later.
You weren't on there last time. You ain't see the last Super Bowl one yet. You know what I'm saying? So I had to put out another one.
Well, I mean, that's the only time they're gonna be relevant. So we'll save it.
I got my man Christopher Watkins, aka Tweak Master.
What up? Just look at the background. That's all you need to see.
And last but not least, I got Mr. Carnell Akins.
Yo. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all?
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into these topics today.
Hold on, real quick, D-boy. Before you get into that, there was just some breaking news that I want the people to know. I just got the notification. Steph Curry is expected to be out through mid-February past the All-Star break with a left leg injury.
Wow. We might have to talk a little bit about that towards the end of the show, because I know a certain somebody on this panel is a huge Golden State Warriors fan. So I definitely am going to want to get his on that. But let's start with the NFL. Now, as you all know, the Kansas City Chiefs somehow, with a one-legged quarterback and help of the referee, in my opinion, beat the Cincinnati Bengals 2020. Question to Leno, was this a bigger win for the Chiefs or a big loss for the Bengals? Let's go ahead and start Carnell. Go ahead, Carnell.
I'm going to actually go with the route people probably not expecting. I'm going to keep it honest with you. This was a bigger win for the Chiefs than it was a bigger loss for the Bengals. Okay, and the reason I say that is because Joe Burrow's still gonna be there, man, and we know that. Joe ain't going nowhere, and we all know that at the end of the day, Joe Burrow undoubtedly is going to reach 2 Super Bowls, and I believe at least win 2 Super Bowls. I think before it's all said and done, Joe Burrow will at least have 2 of them under his belt. So I don't think this was that big of a loss for Cincinnati, especially counting the fact that they went to the bowl last year. So like I think it's a bigger win for Kansas City because it just kind of was like a redo of last year. They made it to the last point last year, same team, literally the exact same score. Wasn't it 23-20 Kansas City?
Correct.
Right. Last year it was 23-20 Cincinnati. So it was literally the exact same score except just a different team won. So it's like I don't think this was as big of a loss for the Bengals as everybody says it is, as it was a win for the Chiefs to them, to continue, to prove that they are the dominant force in the NFL right now, which is, everybody knows that. And last year might have been a hiccup. The year before that, they made it to the Super Bowl and lost because they had no O-line. So it's like, I will give them their props. Like just because I don't like them, don't mean I don't acknowledge where greatness is. And right now, the Kansas City Chiefs are the most unstoppable team in the NFL that have been for at least the last 4 or 5 years. That's just the facts. That's just the facts to it. You feel me? I might like them. I might hate them. You feel me? I can try and knock them, but at the end of the day, I do got to acknowledge where the truth lies. And the truth is that right now, Kansas City has been the best team in the NFL for about the last 4 years.
Oh, it feels so good to hear you say that.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I can't disagree with that take. I mean, as much as I don't like them, I mean, that was Jordan Ness, man. That was Jordan Ness 98 finals with the flu. 97 finals with the flu. I'm sorry, man. I mean, one leg. And then really from what I heard, like the GM and the team president was like, we don't want you to play. And they say Patrick Mahomes told them, if y'all take me out this game, I'm smacking the shit out of both of y'all. I don't know how true it is, but they say Mahomes was not going. Like they were trying to make him sit down and he wouldn't. So let's go to the Chris. Chris, what's your take on this, sir?
Oh, well, I'm going to say it was a bigger loss for the Cincinnati Bengals because, first of all, I on receipt saying this, that I think some of the panel was counting out Joey B going to the Super Bowl this year, and I was telling everybody that how we just going to count that man out. And he went last year, like we just gonna throw him out and start saying Josh Allen, like Joey B won just there, like Joey B won hungry. And I say it's a bigger loss for them because all the cards were on the table for them to win. The quarterback was hurt. Patrick Mahomes was hurt. Juju Smith-Schuster ended up getting hurt in the game. So Patrick Mahomes didn't have his number one receiver. He didn't have an ankle, and yet the Chiefs still pulled out their game. And I think Cincinnati cost themselves their game because they couldn't get their rushing attack going, which was a key component of them winning football games. When they beat the Buffalo Bills last week, Mixon had some nice big runs. They couldn't get the run game going, and they did all the trash talking. They said, it was Burrowhead Stadium. It was Joe Burrow was Patrick Mahomes' father, the mayor said. They own the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. So they did all that. They did all that capping just to crumble when all the chips is on the line. So I think it's because of those reasons is a bigger loss for them. Because like I said, they had everything. Their defense was balling out. They had Kansas City. They had Kansas City on the ropes. And then in crunch time, big mistakes, costly turnovers, costly penalties, pushing Mahomes out of bounds, setting them up in field goal range. They choked at the wrong time. So I say it's a bigger loss for them.
Real quick. I wanna give a quick rebuttal to that because I get what you're saying, Chris, but for all the reasons you pointed out is the exact reason why it was a bigger win for the Chiefs. Losing a receiver core that was already diminished, and you lost another receiver. Your quarterback was hurt. But it was kind of the same thing for them. That defense was balling. Like at the end of the day, it came down to simple, honestly, coaching mistakes that could have been avoided. And that's really what it was. But that, at the end of the day, was why it was a bigger win for the Chiefs. They had the better coaching, and they were, in a sense, you could say they were the less talented team, but still managed to get the win. With all that talent on the side that Kansas City had in terms of receiver core, defense, run game, everything. you could technically say Cincinnati had it all, while Kansas City was still trying to, for better terms and words, do it all by committee. So that everything you stated right there is honestly why it was a bigger win for the Chiefs than it was loss for the Bengals. Because that team is still going to be there at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's
And
definitely
who was the
a good
linebacker
point.
that pushed Patrick Mahomes out of bounds? I think that was the play of the game when he pushed whoever get the last. I
That
forgot
was
his
heat of
name.
the moment. At first, I was
Because he was
But
their
he
best
was
player
balling
all
that
game.
whole
He
game.
was the best player on defense that whole game. He made all the big plays, and he had that one lapse of judgment. You know what I'm saying? Cost him everything, but he was their best defensive player the whole game.
Oh yeah, facts. All right, let's go to Mike. I know Michael been dying, chomping at the bits to get his take. Let's go to Mike. Mike, what's your thought? Bigger win for the Chiefs, a bigger L for my Bengals?
Statement win for the best team in the NFL. Stop playing with them boys. Kansas City Chiefs, what? Hey, first of all, one thing for sure. I told y'all, if one thing is going to happen, the Bengals is not going back to the Super Bowl, at least this year. I told y'all that all year. Because the niggas went to the Super Bowl last year, bro. They went to the bowl last year. They had a great year. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the NFL, bro. It's not going to happen. Now, on top of that.
You thought the script writers was finna let that happen?
Exactly. They not going back. I already knew they wasn't going back. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, this the NFL. You don't go back. Like, you don't you know what I'm saying? You don't go back. So yeah, that was over with right there. But this game was big because all that talk, all that Burrow head nonsense, I told y'all they hear that. And y'all is poking them bears, bruh. Y'all got them messed up. Y'all was already poking the bear, trying to question whether they was gonna have a game at a neutral site and this, that, and the third because of fraudulent, you know what I'm saying, Buffalo, or as my man say, Fluffalo. So like, you know, y'all been poking the bear at them since the season was reaching its end. You know what I'm saying? We all knew they was gonna be number one seed. Y'all tried to doubt them, but you can't doubt greatness, and that's what they produce. They produce greatness. You know what I'm saying? So statement win. All that Burrow head nonsense. Y'all really thought that man was gonna come in there and do that again after all that talking? Bro, Mahomes told y'all personally, he don't care if he gotta crawl out on this field, he gonna get them up out of here. Cause no. And Chris Jones, biggest thing. He like y'all seen the interview. What he tell y'all? See y'all at Burrow head. He there. He got y'all. And what he do? See y'all there. Came out from the jump, shutting it down. Man, it was a statement win. They let the Bengals know y'all ain't ready yet. Straight up.
All right, Phil, what's your take on this, sir?
I'm gonna just sum this up in a way that no one has seemed to sum it up yet. The Chiefs beat a better team because the Bengals were a better team, and that's exactly why it was a bigger win for the Chiefs. Don't look like that, Mike, because everything that y'all just said just showed that the Bengals had a better team. Pat Mahomes just wasn't going. That's all that said. Kind of reminds me of another game that I saw. It wasn't, the magnitude wasn't the same one, a Super Bowl berth on the line or nothing like that. But it did involve a quarterback playing on one leg and beating another team. Yeah, it reminded me of that game when Aaron Rodgers threw them 3 touchdowns on one leg against the Bears. That's what that reminded me
I
of.
just knew you was gonna say that, bro. I just knew you was gonna say that, dog.
Because what Pat Mahomes did that game was freaking legendary. It was legendary because he would literally throw a pass and will hop back to the sideline. Like, he really out there playing on one leg. And then in the moment that they needed a first down, he could not throw the ball. And you know what he did? It like his leg wasn't even messed up the whole game. He saved it for that last burst to put them out of there. This was such a big win for the Kansas City Chiefs because everybody in media was talking about how the Bengals pretty much owned them. They was questioning them. They was questioning the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes that they weren't like that. And I think they showed you that they are like that. And one thing that I got you, Carnell. I got you, Carnell, because I got to get on Chris about something when you talk about the running game. What people don't understand, especially in the playoffs, the Chiefs' run defense is literally one of the best in the league. So no, you're not going to be able to run on them like you think you are. And speaking of the Chiefs' defense in the playoffs, y'all ever notice that they get significantly better? Like they go from everybody questioning them in the regular season to in the playoffs. It's like, where was this at?
You know what? It was like that.
They defense
like
do
that.
that too.
I can't say that for the last two. The last two, they defense honestly was part of the reason why things went awry, especially last year. If that defense get a stop last year and don't let them get in position in field goal range, the Chiefs win that game in regulation.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that because Pat Mahomes only scored like 3 points in the second half of that game. We ain't gonna talk about that though. But I will say that the Chiefs could have played a better game if Pat Mahomes was healthy. Like I honestly feel like the reason why it was that close is because he was on one leg at this point.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I wasn't
Because they should have ran
talking
away
about
with
this
that.
year's game. I was talking about last year's game when Cincy won.
Oh, last year's game.
Yeah,
Last year's game.
Last
No,
year's game, if
I'll
that
put
Chiefs
that more.
defense
I'll put that
it,
more on Patrick Mahomes than the defense. Because it, like I said, you gotta understand what you're working with. I ain't saying that the defense is blameless in this. I'm just saying I'll put more blame on Pat Mahomes simply because you only scored 3 points in the second half. Just like how y'all was saying how the Chargers couldn't score after the first quarter, like they couldn't score after the first half. Like they got blown the fuck out. So I put that more on the Chiefs offense as opposed to the defense. But I get what you said about last year in that game.
All right, that's facts.
But I think he's saying it came down to the defense though, because at the end of the day, all they had to do was get a stop. And
yeah,
they win the
I'll
game.
say
And
they let the
they
Bengals
dropped the
take
ball.
that game
You know
in
what
the
I'm saying?
OT
Like
and win in OT.
and pretty much every game that they didn't play against the Bengals, it came down to can the Chiefs defense get a stop. And they don't get that stop, and then they lose the game. Like regardless of how the game script go, it be going all kind of different ways for all them different games. But it comes down to can they get a stop at the end, and they ain't been able to do it. But they finally did it this time.
Yeah,
Chris
they
Jones
finally
wasn't playing with y'all.
and that was the difference. They got
And it's
that.
always Chris Jones too.
They got that fourth quarter stop, and that was the difference.
Pretty much. David, what's your take on this, sir?
Well, I'll have to go with my boy Mike because I think me and Mike was. I'm not sure. I might be wrong, but me and Mike was the main two in the chat. Y'all know how we do on our group. Everybody was saying once Buffalo got Von Miller, it's always Buffalo for the round with the AFC. The Buffalo's already the Super Bowl favorite. Here and that, this and that, and I believe me and Mike was the only ones. They still got to go see Kansas City. I ain't putting them over Kansas City yet because they got to win in the playoffs first. So.
Me too.
I knew somebody I forgot. Okay, big bro. I wanted to make sure I don't leave nobody else out there. We were the main ones. I said they still got to go through Kansas City.
I mean,
just like back in the day when New England used to run the AFC. You used to got over Foxborough. Patrick Mahomes has shown that since he's been a starter, now I'm taking over the AFC. Everything is going through Arrowhead. As long as I'm here, everything going through Arrowhead. And I know
Has went through Arrowhead every year.
Yep. And
he
been five straight AFC championship games. So he back in the Super Bowl. Kudos. And so I know everybody's talking about how well they played and everything like that. And how, in my opinion, it's definitely a statement bigger win for the Chiefs because let's not forget, Joe Burrow actually didn't play that well of a game either. Because I know they are saying that defense mattered. Joe Burrow, I seen nobody mention Joe Burrow threw 2 picks in that game.
Yeah,
and he had a rating.
Kansas City was ready for Cincinnati this time. That's the one thing I can say. This was the most prepared I've seen Kansas City defensively for a game in a very long time. They was ready for they was ready for Cincinnati, and everything they had was a big reason why Joe Burrow threw them 2 picks.
Yep. Absolutely, I agree 100%. So he had a rating of 70, and like we said, this one-legged player, he threw for 326 yards and no interceptions, 2 touchdowns, and he had a rating of 106 on one leg.
Legendary.
So I mean,
that's just
this
called greatness personified. Like I said, I might talk trash about him, but I won't deny it. The man is great and is doing stuff with the football we haven't seen nobody do before. Like I could talk all the trash.
It's the first time I ever seen you talk good about Patrick Mahomes.
It's not
That's
the
how I
first.
This
feel.
is so great to see, bro. I'm stamping this. This
It's
gonna
not
be out
the
there.
first time that I've talked good about Mahomes. Okay, I was talking good about Mahomes even when they lost that year to the Patriots. I ain't start talking bad about Mahomes to that next year when they won. And this man right here on the camera, y'all know who I'm talking about. And y'all know how he is when it comes to players and pushing my buttons. He pushed that Mahomes button a little too much. And this is what you get.
Don't cap. It was the Tyreek Hill button that got you. You just off it now because they shipped him out of there. But it was really the Tyreek Hill that got you. Stop playing.
and I was just gonna say that Tyreek Hill. How do you feel now, sir? You left Kansas City, and guess what? Kansas City went back to the Super Bowl.
And you
So
don't
guess
know
what?
if your starting quarterback is ever gonna play another snap.
He went to Miami for money, G. He went to
What
get paid.
Real talk.
What Tyreek said though has some credence to it. If Tua don't have them concussions, man, y'all seen the season he was having.
Yeah,
Y'all
too.
seen the season they was having without the concussions.
Miami was definitely a threat. Miami took down Buffalo. I think Miami beat all them top teams, didn't they? If I'm not mistaken, they beat all the top teams.
They
And
got
at least
beat
the
the
Masters
crap out of by San Francisco. So no, they didn't beat all the top teams.
No, I meant in the AFC. I meant in the AFC. They beat all the top teams in the AFC.
I don't think they played the Chiefs, but I know they
They
beat
played Kansas City.
they lost to the Bengals too.
Didn't they?
They wouldn't
Remember,
be Kansas City.
remember
No.
that was the game Tua went down though. That game they lost to the Bengals was Tua going down, so you can't necessarily count that as a Tua loss.
Blah.
Yes, we do, because he got knocked out the game, just like just like Brock Purdy got knocked out the game in the NFC Championship.
And you don't see too many people blaming Brock Purdy for that loss.
No, they
Yeah, but you see a whole bunch of people
defense
like
for
you not
knocking
trying
him
to count the game because the Eagles won.
They blaming the Eagles defense for
Speaking of
knocking
the
that man
NFC
out.
Championship game, let's go to the man who one of the teams he been saying since the start of the season that they were gonna be there. I gotta give this man his credit. Zeus, you called it. You said the Eagles were going to the Super Bowl. I have to give you your credit.
You seen the videos I shared for you too, cuz
What
in the
is
group.
your take on this, sir? Bigger win for the Chiefs, a bigger loss for the Bengals?
I surprised guess.
All my Eagle lights out there. I was going to say Bengals, bigger loss for the Bengals, but I got to go with the bigger win for Kansas City, because now with a hurt roster, no Tyreek Hill, a one-legged quarterback, you might as well call them the Bulls of the 90s, because I don't see nobody beating them no more, because they shut everybody up. Everybody was Bengal crazy. And the Bengals, they lost the game themselves. They had too many chances with a little bit of help from the refs. But they still had a lot of chances to win that game. Like the Chiefs was giving it to them.
Facts.
And they fumbled the ball.
And they was giving it right back. So pretty much it was a game of blinks. Whichever team blinked first in the last minute, that's who won. That's who lost the game. And Cincinnati blinked first in the last minute.
Exactly. And like I said, bigger win for the Chiefs, because now you show that you can go to the Super Bowl with an injured roster, not a top-tier receiver core. Your number one receiver was out half the year. Hartman came back and got injured again in the championship game. I mean, you got Juju Schuster. Really? I mean, we ain't talking about D. Adams or Steph Diggs or
Jamar
it's
Chase.
Jamar. You had Jamar Chase going
We
crazy
talking about John
for
Smith
See?
Schuster.
And this is exactly why I told y'all when the Chiefs get that bold Juju jersey, because y'all is being mad disrespectful.
We talking
He
about
ain't
John Smith
He's not
Schuster.
a top tier. Okay, Juju is like a third tier receiver.
But that's what I'm saying. The Chiefs
He
have
second
proven that you shouldn't don't talk to us no more. No more Burrowhead, no more nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. We the Bulls right now. I'm Michael Jordan. Patrick Mahomes is Jordan. And I'm sorry, the name slipped on defense. Like Jones. That's Scottie Pippen.
Oh no, Chris Jones, Dennis Rodman. That's the enforcer. Scottie Pippen is definitely Travis Kelce. Stop playing.
Sorry, my bad. Kelsey, you are right. You are right. But yeah, that's what it is. So that's all I got to say. It's a bigger win for the Chiefs because they just proved to the world that they are who they are. What the coach say? They are who we thought they were, champions. But they're not going to beat the Eagles.
Okay. All right. So everybody giving their takes. Everybody, some say it's a big loss for the Bengals. Some say big win for the Chiefs. I'm going to say a bigger loss for the Bengals, and here's why. Because like Mike said, everybody had the Bengals winning this game. Everybody. Or wait, that was Phil who said that. Everybody had the Bengals win this game. Everybody. One leg quarterback. You don't have Tyreek Hill, so forth, so have you. The Bengals choked that game. Yes, I still feel the refs had something to do with it, but they had so many chances to put the game away and couldn't do it. I gotta say, it's a loss for the Bengals. So let's move to the next topic. Super Bowl picks and also playoff MVP. All right, so we Eagles and Chiefs. I'm gonna start off and I'm gonna say, as much as it pains me to say this, I'm gonna have to go with the Kansas City Chiefs, but it's gonna be closer than you think. We're gonna say Chiefs 35-31. Let's start with Marcus because I know he's going crazy. Let's go ahead and get his take. Marcus, what's your on this, sir? And who do you think is going to play off him?
Of course, we are rolling with the Eaglites. So that's not even a question. It's not going to be a blowout. And it's going to be, hey, I'm going to tell you, Kelsey and Goddard is going to have a great game. This is going to be a great battle between the tight ends because I see them both getting at least 12 targets each in the Super Bowl because of the defense that both teams play. So Darius Slay is going to be a shutdown corner. And I'm going to let you know right now, we might see another flash of Scatling because of all the receivers going to be locked down.
He put John in the box.
And then Jalen Hurts, it's going to be RPO all day because I believe Kansas City is going to stop the run game. I give them that, but it's going to come down to can you stop that RPO? And also with Patrick Mahomes, I ain't even got to say, let's see if his ankle better. It don't even matter no more. So the thing with Eagles, we need to shut down the middle of the field. That's it. Just like we did against San Francisco. But I got Eagles winning 27-24. And it's coming down to a field goal.
That's crazy. I can't stand, bro. I gotta go that, bro. That's crazy. I'm so mad you just called that score.
Because he got the same score, but the opposite way.
Facts.
All right, let's go to Chris
Fly Eagle
next.
fly.
Next, Chris? What's your take on this?
Well, my take on I think both teams in the Super Bowl, they evenly matched. It's gonna be a game. It's gonna be a game. It's gonna be. I agree with Marcus to a extent. It's gonna come down to the tight ends because on the other side of the ball, the Eagles got Bradbury and Darius Slay, and they have been locking down receiving like clamps. And then they got that whole Eagles front. I think everybody up there got like 10 sacks, 8 to 10 sacks. Even the dudes that's coming in as substitutions got like 8 to 10 sacks. So, like Marcus said, my homeboy, if that ankle ain't good, you better do some practicing because that boy Hassan Riddick, hey, that boy real. That boy Fletcher Cox, that boy real. Whoever what's the Montez Sweat, whatever on the other side, them boys is real. And if you ain't blocking your quarterback, hey, you see what they did? They literally ended the NFC championship game by knocking the quarterback out the game. He couldn't throw the ball. He couldn't throw the ball. So don't think that can happen to my homeboy.
Knocked out both of them.
Wait, hold on. One couldn't throw the ball, and the other one was knocked out literally.
Literally knocked
the man had
out.
concussion. That's literally being knocked out. Like
we call that bird droppings.
Yeah, so I understand. Like I like the Chiefs and I want the Chiefs to win, but I can't deny that Eagles, like their front has been on a legendary pace. Ain't nobody ever had where the whole front got like 8 to 10 sacks. Anybody up there? Like you can even they bench players got about 5 or 6 sacks. So I think if they get that kind of pressure on Mahomes and put a beating on him like that, it's gonna look a lot like that last game Patrick Mahomes lost to the Buccaneers. Because that's how the Buccaneers beat Patrick Mahomes. They put all that pressure on him. He didn't have time to look. He didn't have time to throw the ball. So, I'm going to say if I got to call a score, I'm going to go I don't know. I'm going to go 28, maybe 27, because I see maybe a missed extra point Eagles. I'm going to go 28-27 Eagles because I see a missed extra point. That's how I'm going to go with it. That's what I'm going to call.
Who's your MVP, Chris?
Oh, my MVP?
Hold on, real quick, D-boy. Is this playoff or regular season?
Playoff.
Okay, okay.
Now, as far as playoff MVP, that's a good question. So I'm just gonna narrow it down to the teams that are still playing. And if I'm gonna have to pick one, like I'm gonna go Hassan Riddick is my player because he's single-handedly been changing games for the Eagles. He's single-handedly been changing games. He's been changing games. Look at the number of sacks he's had over the last few weeks. He's averaging like 4 sacks a game. And he was the one. He forced a fumble with Brock Purdy. He broke his arm. And I believe he was the one. Wasn't he the one who hit the other quarterback too? So he like single-handedly took all them quarterbacks out by himself. So I'm gonna have to go Hassan Riddick, and that's my take.
All right, I'm gonna tell you who's gonna be the X factor for the Chiefs.
That man love defense.
I think Orlando Brown is gonna be huge because he's gonna have the assignment of slowing down ready.
And
if he can't do it, it's gonna be a problem. And I don't think he can do it. But you can't ever, after seeing what I saw last week, I learned you can never bet against Patrick Mahomes. So
tell him.
If they get that kind of pressure on him, it's gonna be like the Super Bowl Brady beat him. It's gonna be if they get that kind of pressure on Mahomes, it's gonna be like the Brady, like what the Bucks did to him. If they get that kind of pressure,
don't worry, Chris.
And I think that's what the Eagles gonna do. The Eagles gonna bring that kind of pressure.
It's gonna get real ugly.
Don't worry,
let's go to Mike. I know Mike been chomping at the bit on this take too. So on this topic, so who you got? Well, I know who you got, so you don't even have to say it. But who's gonna be your MVP? And give me a final score.
You should know who
So
this MVP is.
so listen.
Everybody know
So
who he got winning and his MVP.
so listen. I got so I got something for that because I actually do got this game going a lot like that Chiefs Bucks game. I do. I ain't gonna cap to you, but this ain't that Patrick Mahomes, dog. And I don't care if you want to talk about how he hurt or not. You saw what he just did to the Bengals. You want to say that the Eagles got a different defensive front than the Bengals and all that. You call it what you want, but this also a different Patrick Mahomes. And if you don't think he learned something running from his life from them Bucks, he know how to play running for his life. He gonna be all right. So I do got it going like that game, but it ain't gonna be enough for them to win. 27-24 Chiefs. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? 27-24. But I
Like
think it's gonna
everybody got that 27 in their numbers. Everybody picking a 27 score. Everybody said 27. At least
yeah,
somebody
that's why
getting
I was
27.
crazy that Marcus said that was the score Eagles way, because I had it the same way, Chiefs way. I thought that was funny. But I think the biggest thing in this game is gonna come down to the defenses and the run game on both sides. The defenses, like we already established, the Chiefs defense come to play in the playoffs. They come to play. And if the Eagles out there playing, 9 times out of 10, the Chiefs defense is gonna be out there playing too. They not just gonna let mothers come out there and show them up like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna be some, some defensive battles here, which is why I got it a lower score with the 27-24.
Hey, you see, I said it's gonna be a missed extra point, gonna be the difference.
Now I think the run game honestly is gonna be the key for whoever wins. I know the Eagles got a stronger running game, especially right now with their diversity and you know what I'm saying, and with the injury to Mahomes. But I think Chiefs could figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Pacheco and my man's McKinnon, they cannot come out there like they did against them Bengals. They come out there like they did against them Bengals, it's gonna get ugly. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You gotta control possession and you gotta wear them defenses down on both sides. So if you the Chiefs, you gotta wear the Eagles defense down for sure. So I think that's gonna be the biggest thing, and I think they're gonna preach that, and I think they're gonna get it done. You know what I'm saying? I do. I think they're gonna get it done. And the main reason I think they're gonna get it done is because it already happened to that man Mahomes once. Like he was already running for his life, and I think he's gonna be running for his life again. But I think he's gonna find a way to figure it out. MVP, yeah, it's that guy. It's that guy. You know what I'm saying? It is. I'm just call it what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, look. Off one leg, he still got them up out of there and put up numbers while doing it. Like he ain't put up no Jalen Hurts 100 yards. You know what I'm saying? And one touchdown type game. Like nah, bro. He gave you some numbers and some plays. So yeah, man. That man is he there, and he needs to be regular season MVP too. Get that man his respect. Stop playing with him.
I see you shaking your head, so I know there's parts of it you don't agree with. You go ahead, sir.
All right, so number one, somebody said something about betting against Patrick Mahomes, and I'm going to tell you exactly why I'm going to bet against Patrick Mahomes because I got the Eagles winning this game. Not as high scoring. It's going to be 24-21 Eagles. I think these two defenses going to come ready to play. This is a game that involves the two top teams in sacks. So if you think like a lot of people were saying, running the ball going to be the key to this game. So I think the passing offenses from both teams going to be hindered significantly, especially on the Chiefs side because they're literally going against the best they're going against the best defense in the NFL. And this ain't the Bucks team that they've played in that Super Bowl. This is a Philly defense that is fast everywhere. They're fast. They got 70 sacks in the regular season. And I know the Chiefs was second, but guess how many they had? 55.
56. Oh yeah, 55.
So yeah, that front seven of the defense is lethal. Like they literally shuffle in about 5 or 6 defensive linemen. And I forgot who said it, but they got like at least 8 sacks, each of them. That's going to be hard for the Kansas City Chiefs to deal with. So not only will Patrick Mahomes be running for his life, he ain't going to have nobody to throw to. Because like I said, the best pass defense, Bradbury and Slay, clamping all that down. Your safety valve, Travis Kelce, that's gonna be tough to get to him as well. Like I said, I'm not saying that they're gonna get blown out, nothing like that. They're gonna find ways. But also another reason why I'm betting against Patrick Mahomes, because I found this script on social media of all the all the Super Bowl winners, and they got the Eagles winning this year. So I'm gonna go with that. I think they got the Bills winning next year. They got the Jaguars winning after that, and they got the Bengals winning in 2026. So those are my Super Bowl picks. That's all I got to say.
This man
Now
gave
they
Super
got a
Bowl
script
picks.
where Trevor Lawrence gets a bowl in 3 years.
Hey, I'll send it to the group. I'm gonna send it to the group.
Yeah, send that to the group. I gotta see that because they got Lawrence getting a bowl in 3 years.
You know what?
I
You know
also want
what,
to say that
D-Boy?
Chris was a year too early on this Bills pick.
You know what? You know what, D-Boy? I could see how the NFL would let Trevor Lawrence get a bowl before Joe Burrow, and it makes so much sense.
I can see that too.
It makes so much sense in terms of the
Trevor
storyline.
Lawrence had that engine like Peyton Manning had when he was coming out.
Exactly. You got to think about it. Trevor Lawrence is the NFL's next golden boy, and Patrick Mahomes is trying to like keep that away. All right. And
Trevor Lawrence was getting that type of treatment in middle school.
And Joe Burrow is like that overlooked person in the middle. All right. So it's like it makes sense. Everything Joe Burrow got to get, he got to fight all the way hard for it.
Yep, and then to add on to that, Neil, because I'm about to have you give your take. To add on to that, yeah, I can see it too, and another reason why is LSU beat at Clemson that 1 year national game. Everybody liked that.
Oh yeah, one more thing. I gotta give my
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Phil.
my MVP for the playoffs.
Oh, PP. Who's your
Mike
MVP?
Mike ain't gonna like this, but I'm giving that front seven of the Eagles the MVP because they all be balling. You feel me? Because I think the Eagles wouldn't be where they at today if it wasn't for that front seven.
Without that front seven, that's fact.
Right. I just gave
That's
it to Hassan because I had to pick one
fact.
dude, so I picked Hassan. Hassan Reddick. He got the most of the sacks.
The only quarterback I've seen get away from Hassan Reddick, Chris, you should know who that is.
Number one. Number one. He threw him off.
He's the only quarterback
couldn't get that W.
Get away from Reddick on multiple occasions.
We lost because of the refs, Phil.
I don't know, man.
Like I said, look like y'all ain't come out with that W.
I think Brandon Staley should be Phil's playoff MVP. I'm going to be honest. That's the most valuable person in Phil whole playoffs. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I ain't gonna lie, but David,
right.
even them Eagles said Justin Fields was the truth, though. They was even after the game like, hey, that's a bad man. I shared the video in the group with Darius Slay.
Yeah. Chris, because they're real quick, Carnell. Hold on, Carnell. So Darius Slay was like, and Hassan Reddick, when I say strong, that man is strong. And Justin Fields was getting that man up off of him like, get off me. All right, Carnell, go ahead. What's your playoff MVP and who's your pick, sir? I know who you're going with for pick. Just go and give us your MVP.
Okay. So my pick for the Super Bowl is that team in green. Okay. All right. The Eagles, I got the Eagles winning, and believe it or not, I think I might have the most lopsided score of them winning, and it's still not a blowout win, but I got the Eagles winning by a touchdown. I got them winning straight up by at least 7, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you
that
exactly.
Boy, I hate the Chiefs.
No. It's not because I hate the Chiefs, but it's because of the reasons you alluded to, Mike, on why I think that it's gonna come down to the Eagles winning by a touchdown. I got them winning. Honestly, I think it might be 24-17. Okay, I think I think this Super Bowl has a chance to be a very entertaining, but not super high scoring game. And it's because of the reasons everybody said. Defense, the Chiefs being prepared, this not being the same Pat Mahomes that ran for his life. But with that being said, like you said, Mike, I don't care who your quarterback is. If your quarterback has to run for his life the entire game, I'm talking about a full 4 quarters, 60 minutes worth of football. All right. It's 15 minutes each quarter, 60 minutes worth of football. If your quarterback has to run every single time for his life, he is on the field for every possession, you're not winning. You can only run for your life so much, especially if your receivers ain't getting open and there's no separation. Like they said, that's a very dangerous front seven. So
hold on, dog, because this why I said it. The improvement of Mahomes. Part of why he was running for his life so much is because he holds the ball so much for them big plays. This ain't the same Patrick Mahomes trying to get them big plays, and they time of possession and things like and how quick he get the ball out is a lot faster than it was in that Bucs series. And people like Jared McKinnon in the backfield is gonna be people that you dunk off to and stuff like that.
Right. So Steve, pretty much what you're saying to me is that you relying on Mahomes' magic rather than football scheming to really win the game, is what you're telling me. You relying on Mahomes.
That shit got him this far.
And it's the scheming too, because that coach and his schemes is incredible. So yes.
But Phil, for the exact reason you just alluded to, that front seven. You ain't running all game against that front seven. You gonna get out there and you gonna get hurt playing against the Eagles. We seen that. They get you in the pocket, they get you out of the pocket. You will get hurt running around against them boys. So the Eagles have to act. Honestly, if you ask me, if the Chiefs win this game, it's got to be because Patrick Mahomes threw for 350 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, and they absolutely put it on the Eagles. The run game has to help, but Mahomes gotta have a superstar Mahomes game. All right, I'm talking about like he gotta have a game similar to last week, but better. He ain't gonna be hindered by that ankle, so we should be able to see normal Mahomes along with the regular Mahomes magic. I get what y'all saying about them needing to run the ball to win that game. It's gonna come down to the run game. The run game has to be effective. You can't have an ineffective run game. I'm not saying that the run game isn't crucial. The run game will still be one of the biggest reasons to why either one of these teams win this game. But if Mahomes and the Chiefs are going to win this game, Mahomes got to have 300 plus yards with at least 4 passing touchdowns, and that's got to be the bare minimum, if you ask me, for them to be able to win this game. Is Mahomes with 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, because the Eagles. You're not beating the Eagles scoring less than at least 28 points. So if the Chiefs can't find a way to generate 28 points, they're losing this game.
Actually, I just realized both quarterbacks are hurt because Hurts' shoulder is still not 100%, and Patrick Mahomes' ankle is not 100%, as we know. So
I just got one thing to rebuttal about what Carnell said, and it's about how Patrick Mahomes would need to have a magical game. Number one, he's not going to have a magical game because of that defense. But if he can find a way to beat him, it could be this way. He's not going to turn the ball over. And like what Mike's saying, he don't hold on to the ball as much. So the way that the best way that he can really avoid that Philly defense for the better part of the game, at least running for his life, he can just throw the ball away. Like, he can just do what Aaron Rodgers do. Throw, not the whole game, but I'm saying, like, in those situations where he know he ain't got nothing, he has learned to just throw the ball away, get it out quick. So that's one thing I will give Mahomes.
But this is my point, though. What happens when it comes down to a crucial third down situation and you need that and you got nothing and he out there running for his life? That's what I'm saying.
And that's why I'm saying the Mahomes magic come in. But
exactly,
but you're not going. But what I'm saying is that even though that magic may come, it's not going to result in him throwing for 400 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. That's what I'm saying. He's not going. Mahomes not going to have a vintage Mahomes game. He may have a vintage Mahomes drive or something like that, which I doubt. But I'm just.
I can guarantee it right now. If Mahomes don't have a Mahomes game, the Chiefs is losing the Super Bowl. You can say what you want to say about it right now. If Mahomes don't put up 300 yards and at least 3 to 4 passing touchdowns, the Chiefs is losing that game.
But how is he going to do that against that defense in one leg?
That's the point, though. He's off for 2 weeks, so who's to say he's still going to be on one leg? Y'all still saying it's going to be one leg. Okay, what we saw 2 weeks ago was about Mahomes and what, maybe 65, 70%. He should be closer to 100% for the Super Bowl. He should be at about 85, 95. He should be at 85 to 95%.
I don't know if you ever rolled or mess up your ankle before, but it ain't gonna be 100% in 2 weeks.
I'm not saying he will be, but technically the Super Bowl isn't for another week. So he's had this entire week to rest, the entire next week to rest leading up to the Super Bowl. He's got nothing strenuous going on. So I'm not saying he's going to be 100%. No. What I'm saying is that he should be more of Mahomes in the Super Bowl than he was against the Cincinnati Bengals, okay? So what I'm saying is that if the Chiefs really want to win this game, Mahomes got to come out and be Mahomes. If Mahomes don't have, like I said, at least 300 yards and about 3 to 4 touchdowns, the Chiefs are losing this game. You're not beating the Eagles putting up less than 28 points. So unless that extra help come down, like I said, unless the run game can find a way to get touchdowns against that Eagles defense, it's going to come down to Mahomes and Kelsey doing what they normally do. And that's exactly why, if you ask me, my playoff MVP so far has been Travis Kelsey. Travis Kelsey has been the standout, and he has been Mahomes' number one consistent option through everything. When Mahomes has been in danger this year, in pressure, no matter what. If you ask me, they don't win last week without Travis Kelsey. Mahomes could do it all he did. If you don't got Travis Kelsey in for some of that stuff to be able, because Travis Kelsey is the biggest threat on that field. So when you got a double Kelsey and you got a double Juju or you got a double Marquez Valdez-Scantling, you feel me? You feel me? That leaves other people open. So Travis Kelsey is going to have another week where he plays the decoy and everybody else gets off. This is what I'm saying. If that Chiefs front line can hold up, and keep Mahomes upright and maybe only allow the Eagles to get to him maybe 10 to 15 times a game instead of like I'm not talking about sacks, but I'm talking about pressures in his face. For like if they can keep that down to around 10 to 15 times a game instead of 15 to 20 times a game and give Mahomes a chance to be in the pocket and make those throws, they will win. If Mahomes don't have Mahomes' game, I'm sorry, the Chiefs ain't winning.
I gotta take that. I gotta throw a rebuttal at you, and I gotta use our favorite team, Carneal. Remember, the Bears defense that played the Indianapolis Colts was the exact same way. They can get after the quarterback.
Wait. Hold on.
Peyton Manning didn't have 300 yards on the Bears. He dinked and dunked the Bears all the way down the field. He dinked and dunked them all the way down the field.
That Colts team, no. If he wasn't beating you over the top, he was beating you with the short passes. I watched that as a team.
That's literally what the Chiefs do.
That's my whole point. So if Mahomes can't even get the short passes off because that Eagles defense is getting in his face, it's going to be a long night for him. That's what I'm saying. Regardless of how he gets them yards, he got to have at least 300 passing yards and about 4 touchdowns, no matter how he get it. I don't care how it's done. Big plays, short plays. I don't care how it's done. If Mahomes don't get at least 300 yards and 3 to 4 touchdowns, the Chiefs are losing. You ain't beating the Eagles not putting up no less than 28 points.
Hey, Chris, that Bears Colts Super Bowl is exactly why I got the Chiefs beating the Eagles. I ain't even go cap to you. I was thinking about that the whole time.
It's a difference, but I think this Eagle defense a little bit faster than that Bears defense, though, because they got speed everywhere.
You can't use that Super Bowl to look at this one, because what do the Eagles have that the Bears didn't have at that time?
A quarterback.
We
A
know.
quarterback and a
We know.
receiving core. So you can't. These Super Bowls are uncomparable. You were looking at the greatest defense versus the Sheriff. Okay, what you're
But I
looking
get
at
it.
is what
The
you're
Eagles
looking
got a
at
better-
is Magic
better
Mahomes
offense.
versus the best team overall offense.
That's why I
Ain't
got it a
Mahomes
closer
the
game.
sheriff right now?
But the Sheriff back then didn't also have he wasn't playing also against with the number one offense on the other side of the field. All right, when you got a number one offense like that on the other side of the field with that number one defense, it's a different game. The Bears didn't have that. They had what they had.
We know who he had. You
Offense
ain't got to put us out there. We know who he had at quarterback. You ain't got to say his
exactly,
name.
bro. So
You ain't got to say dude his name.
it's nowhere near the same. But I've been trying to stop talking. So I digress. I'm gonna go ahead and let David get his turn in because y'all keep coming at me. All right, I ain't came with y'all. Y'all been coming at me. So I'm gonna let David go ahead and get his turn in.
David, go ahead. What's your take? Who's your pick? And who's your Super Bowl? And who's your playoff MVP?
Should be Justin Herbert. Go ahead and pick him, David.
Well, we that's a whole different conversation right there that we talking about.
No, Cal
But anyway,
Cal Lowry.
David has lost off.
I love you, bro. Go ahead. But you know I had to throw that in there. Go ahead.
You finna have David pull a UD, boy. You better stop.
You heard what I said. David has logged off.
anyway, man. Yeah, but I hear y'all, man. I hear y'all.
Oh, man.
It's gonna be a good game. Honestly, it's gonna come down to defense, in my opinion. It's gonna come down to defense because it's gonna be who can get the pressure on which quarterback the most. Because I keep hearing that people keep talking about Patrick Mahomes. Are we gonna not consider Jalen Hurts playing his first Super Bowl? Are we just gonna leave that out the window? That ain't nobody said nothing about Jalen Hurts. All I keep hearing is
That
Patrick
is
Mahomes
true.
Because he gonna do what Pat Mahomes
Mahomes
did in his first Super Bowl, win.
I ain't heard nothing about Jalen Hurts because, like I think Marcus and Ned alluded to it. The injury. This is his first Super Bowl, so pressure's gonna be on him too. Yeah, he got weapons and everything, but pressure's gonna be on him too. Because I remember, I'm just going back some years when Cam Newton went to the Super Bowl when they was the hottest team in the NFL when they played against Denver. Cam Newton, he had a subpar game in the Super Bowl. And they had the hottest offense at that time. So the Eagles got a great offense, but this is Jalen Hurts' first Super Bowl. So we got that pressure might get to him. And also, Kansas City, like Mikey has said, that defense is going to be something else too because Kansas City can force Jalen Hurts to make mistakes because Jalen Hurts can be under pressure just as well as Patrick Mahomes can. We forgot Chris Jones was everywhere against Cincinnati. Don't think he ain't coming in this game. And I keep hearing Fletcher Cox. I keep hearing Bradbury, Slade. People forgetting Chris Jones on the other side of the field too. You see how he came back against Burrowhead. You think he ain't gonna be ready for Philly either? So I mean, it's gonna be a good game. I got the Chiefs winning overall, but I'm gonna go 23-20 because I don't expect it to be high scoring. Because the defense is gonna be all over the field. So I don't expect it to be a high scoring. I got Kansas City winning 23-20 because it's gonna come down to who makes the play, Mahomes or Hurts, when it comes down to it in crunch time. And I got all my money on Mahomes. So that's what
David,
I'm saying.
I'm glad.
Dave,
I keep hearing
I keep hearing
all this Patrick Mahomes talk, but somebody got to be to play devil's advocate and flip this to Jalen Hurts because he still got to play with.
I ain't want to do it, but I got to because my man, I ain't want to do it because, if y'all know me, y'all know Jalen Hurts been my boy before he got to the league. But I got to do it to him in this game because, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, ain't nobody mentioning Jalen Hurts. And last time we saw Jalen Hurts in the big game, you know what happened. You know what I'm saying? My man's had to hit the bench. So, Y'all better watch out for him,
But
man.
hold
Don't let
on.
him
I
get out
got a
there making
point.
no
Last
mistakes.
time we saw Jalen Hurts in a big game was the
wait,
NFC
hold.
Championship, and he balled out.
I was gonna say, I'll say,
Dog.
hold on. Last time
Dog.
we seen him in a big game, okay, he was balling out. All right, and then after
I'm
that,
talking about when I say big game, I mean the last game. Win or lose, this the last game you
Hold
playing.
on. Let us stop being disrespectful because David just made me think of another point. Because it's another Kelsey that's on the green team.
and
That's
that's
an
my
offensive
point.
lineman. That's
Wait,
a pretty good one.
That's
That Eagles offensive line is
that's
not
what
the
I was about to
Bengals
get
offensive
to.
line.
That's
The
what I was
Eagles
about to
got
get to.
3 legit all
And
pros
I
up
am
front.
so glad you came to
I
that,
was
Chris. Because
Yep, they got
I was
3
hoping
all
that Bill
pros
was
up
gonna
front.
bring that up because
Yep.
the reason
They got 3 all pros up front.
the reason why I don't think Chris Jones is gonna have the impact that he had last
The
week
little Kelsey, the other Kelsey, he
is
gonna be on his ass.
is
Jason gonna be on his ass.
because Cincinnati offensive line not as good as the Eagles offensive line, and with that Eagles offensive line being that good, you feel me? It's going to allow Jalen Hurts. I'm telling you, that Eagles team is going to look like the Eagles team we saw all year, dog.
And the fact that he
breaking
still called it,
news.
and the fact that he still called it Burrowhead kills his case
Hey, I'm sorry, Marcus. I don't even mean to cut you off, bro. But breaking news, bro. Kyrie just got traded to the damn Mavericks.
I said he wasn't going to the Lakers. Oh my God! Dallas to the finals. Luka,
Mavericks.
get in the ring.
The Mavericks.
Luka, get in the ring.
Wow.
Hey, y'all know what's
Time
worse
out.
than
We got pause because we going crazy. We getting outside. We gotta for who?
Oh, hold on.
For what?
That just became the topic of the show. Mavs get Kyrie. We gotta talk about this right now. Oh,
you know what's better than pairing LeBron? I'm pairing Kyrie with LeBron.
man, Kyrie with Luka Doncic.
Pairing him with the
That's
white version of
scary.
LeBron.
Matter of fact,
That is
let's
scary.
go to that. Let's make that topic right now. Breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen,
You heard it here
Kyrie
first.
Irving has just been traded to the Dallas Mavericks. Now, we don't know for who and for what draft capital, but he has just been traded. I repeat, he has just been traded to
Hey,
the
KD
Dallas
finna go
Mavericks
nuts.
to join
Hey, that mean
Luka.
KD coming to the Lakers next year.
So, question to the panel. What does this do to the Western Conference? And does that make Dallas a serious threat to the to the Golden State Warriors? Let's start with the panel. Phil, I see you making that face. What's your take on this, sir?
All right, so for everybody that's known me, y'all know I've been a Kyrie fan pretty much since he was in Duke. Now I was a little off on him last year because he was doing too much, but
Same here, Phil. Same here, Phil.
before this Kyrie Irving trade happened, I felt like Dallas was a sleeper in my opinion in the Western Conference because all they see is that they got Luka and sometimes Spencer Dinwiddie. But now I think they went from dark horse to legitimate threat. I'm not gonna pick them as the favorite because I still think they need to make at least 1 or 2 more moves. I think they need to get a little bigger, in my opinion, in terms of perimeter defense and inside defense. I think they need to get a little bigger. But and oh yeah, the reason why I was finding D boys because you said who gonna challenge the Warriors, like they not. I think they in the play-in right now if the playoffs started today. But the real threat right now, a top team in the West is the Nuggets, and I think that Kyrie plus Luka equals everybody scared in the West. Like that's how I feel about it. But I'm not gonna go as far as to say they the favorites now, though. it's still we don't even know the details of the trade yet. So we got to see who exactly is Dallas losing before we really get into if they're gonna really be a factor or not. But him, Luka, and Christian Wood, if they can keep Christian Wood, I think that's a nice little trio that can cause some problems in the West for everybody.
Facts. All right, let's go to Zeus. Zeus, what's your take on this? I know you wanted to go first, but I had to go with Phil.
I actually had Kyrie going to Dallas. It was either would be Dallas or the Clippers because that only made sense.
You definitely called it.
Yeah. It makes total sense. I'm almost a Mavericks. I mean, the Mavericks is like my second best team. It's always gonna be Bulls first, but to me, with Kyrie not happy and wanting to go somewhere, Dallas, hey, what they say, people from Chicago always move down to Texas. Hey, when you go to Texas, you're just happy. And the team dynamic, the surroundings make sense. So now you got Luka, he's ball dominant, but now it's gonna take the pressure off of Luka. He ain't gotta score 50 points a game. The coaching staff, the culture, it's better for his mental, should I say. But yeah, I said this when the talk started, and here we are. I'm like the Eagles. I'm right again.
This guy here. This guy with the toot his own horn. This guy just
beep, 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 beep. Yeah.
Hey man, when you right, you get to flex. Mike do it all the time.
You ain't never lied. You see what I'm wearing?
Hey, they share that alike. I think that's that like sign because them Aquarians, because Mark is an Aquarian too. That's that Aquarian thing
Mike,
that they share.
Just trying to enlighten my people.
Ladies and gentlemen, real quick, Dallas sends Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, first round pick and multiple seconds.
I'll take it.
That's who they got.
They got Dorian Finney-Smith and who?
Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, a first round pick and multiple seconds.
It's crazy. It's crazy
because
cool. They was just saying on ESPN or somewhere. I was watching it on somewhere, and they was talking about how they really don't think Spencer Dinwiddie go back. They don't think it's right for them to send Spencer Dinwiddie back to the Nets.
Now I do think Durant is you're going to see a different Durant now. You're not going to see the same.
You're going to see an upset Durant.
Yeah.
Yep. And that might not be good either.
I just want to say, what's Durant think of this? And isn't he still out?
He's still out, but
I think he's back there.
He should be coming back
for a trade.
Yeah, that man
trade me in the offseason.
KD finna be traded by Thursday. KD gonna mess around and be traded by February 9th. Trade deadline. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened that often.
They're gonna trade him.
He out of there for sure.
If he goes, I wouldn't be surprised if he go to Orlando.
Oh my goodness, Orlando. Hey, don't sleep on Orlando, bro. They got a whole lot of young talent over there.
Yeah, it's a lot of young talent. Exactly.
They developing right now. That's the only team that has beaten the best team in the league 3 times.
Hey, we finna see LeBron to the Bulls now.
If you
finna get up out the West. LeBron finna get up out the West.
If you put Kevin Durant and Paolo Banchero on the same team, bro, that's got to be a chip there in their first season, dog.
Hey,
that's got
to be my words.
Paolo hurt.
Mark my words. If Durant asks for a trade, he's going to Orlando. That's it.
I'm telling you,
I can see that. Because him and Banchero would be nasty. Like that would be.
Y'all know Banchero pretty much a smaller version of KD, right?
If you ask me,
that's why it would be nasty. Because Durant would turn.
I think he defends better than KD though. Like in terms of one-on-one, I think he defends better though. Or at least can defend better.
I didn't know if I should compare him to KD or a stronger Melo, because he do a lot of the same stuff in the post that Melo used to do with the jab steps, the footwork, the way he worked in the post. I was like, he looked just more like, I was like, he looked like a Melo that was more so of a ball handler than just a straight up, just like I didn't know who to compare Paolo to, man. That's how you know, like, that man a unicorn, to be honest, bro. Because there's no good comparison for Paolo, man. It really ain't. It really ain't.
I ain't even had no comparisons for him. I was just like, hey, he who he is.
That's the best I can honestly
Paolo's
do.
special, man. Paolo's special.
His game is so damn professional at a young age. That's what's killing me. I don't think I've ever seen any rookie come in with a professional game like that outside of maybe
When
Melo
you
and
get
Jason Tatum.
Embiid 25 and 10, you special.
As a rookie,
When you give
the
Embiid 25 and 10, you special. That's what he gave him on this past, what was that, May night? He gave Embiid 25 and 10.
You acting like Embiid was guarding him though.
all right.
Embiid was guarding him some of that game, not the whole game, but he was guarding
He wasn't
some
just
of that
going
game.
crazy on Big Embiid like that though.
Let's go ahead, David. What's your take on this? I know you guys some say, so go ahead, say what you gotta say.
Real quick, I'm just gonna touch on what we just talking about right now. Okay, I mean, I just want to make sure I heard this correctly. Did we say KD going to Orlando is a championship? Did we say that?
I said that.
Or did
I said that. If you put KD and Paolo on the same team, they win in the ring.
Cap.
That'd be like.
Cap. I'm gonna give you one team.
Hold on. That'd be like if KD and Jason Tatum was on the same team, bro. They win in the ring. There's no way you stopping KD and JT. There's no way you stopping KD and Paolo. I'm sorry.
Cap. And that's the team I was gonna tell you who is gonna beat. They're not beating the Boston Celtics. No way, no how. They're not beating the Boston
Celtics now without KD.
If you put them two, huh?
The Magic have beaten the Boston Celtics 3 times this season already without KD. So just imagine what they would do.
Regular season. You think that's gonna matter when it comes to playoffs?
Yes.
It's not gonna matter. You know the game.
With KD,
y'all know.
Yes.
Okay. With KD added, it's still not, because Boston still got the better complete team. They got matchups for everybody. They got the pretty much not the most complete team in the league. Let's be real about it. Boston Celtics have pretty much the best complete team in the league. They got size. You need shooting, they got that. You want size, they got that.
They the
you
best team. They the best complete.
Just one thing about them is health. Specifically today.
You want defense, they got that. So I mean,
they the best put together team. They are the best put together team in the league.
So I'm not saying that can't win, but KD first year going to Orlando, does Boston stay intact and stay healthy? No.
Yeah, no. So I might have jumped the gun and saying ring like first year if they get together, but you put KD and Paolo together though, they're definitely winning a ring.
I can see that. That's all I was trying to do.
I think KD
just pump the brakes a little bit. Now we can't just give him a ring. I know they're gonna build around it.
Paolo still got to develop as an NBA player and learn how to win. And I think KD will accelerate that growth.
Hey, look, y'all know me. I done had Boston coming out the East like the last 4 years now, so I'm just waiting on them to get it done. All right.
Yeah, but going back to the original, Kyrie going to Dallas. Now that we on that topic now, Kyrie going to Dallas. It's all right. It's a good duo. It's all right. They ain't going nowhere in the West. Honestly, I get them maybe. I get them see them going out the first round, getting out of the first round, but they ain't going to the semifinals. They ain't going to the Western Conference. So no, I like the duo, but can we not forget that who Kyrie Irving is? Talent-wise, No
A
doubt, great.
superstar?
But
That's who Kyrie Irving is.
we
A
know that.
superstar.
That's why we know that. We know
But
that. But
team
we know
chemistry
how
and all that.
Kyrie Irving is. We know how Kyrie Irving is. What Kyrie Irving are you getting? Are you gonna get the straight basketball hooper that we know he is, or are you gonna get this other Kyrie? We don't know. See, we said the same thing when him and KD joined forces. Brooklyn winning the title within the next 2 or 3 years when they assemble. Brooklyn definitely they going to the finals. They gonna win. They gonna get at least a ring. You put James Harden on the team. Come on now. We kind of just gotta pump the brakes. I like to do. I'm not saying that they're not gonna be tight, but I'm not just gonna give them they going to at least the Western Conference Finals. I'll give them a round, but they still gotta go through Memphis. They still gotta play Denver. Hell, even Golden State. I just not gonna put them over them when they play because they got Kyrie.
We got to see how they look together, though. We do got to see
Dave,
team chemistry and
True
all that.
that. True that.
I'm with you
But
when
Dallas
you say
was in the
don't put
West
them in
Finals
the.
but I was just gonna say though, Dallas was in the West Finals last year without Kyrie though. So if you ask me, all they did was upgrade without having to without giving away that much. So you ask me, they got a better.
All right, so hold on, Mike, because I'm finna get both of them. I'm finna get both of them real quick. Carneal, that take about Dallas being in the Western Conference Finals kind of irresponsible because look who they had to go through, the dang on Suns. We know what's up with them. The next thing is
man. Regardless, you gotta play who in front of you. And just 2 years before that,
no, I said that because the West is better this year, and you see the Suns ain't one of the top teams. Now to David's point, I was with you.
Devin Booker been hurt, Chris Paul been hurt. Like
they'll still be like that with them healthy. They'll still be like that with them healthy. Now to you, David, I'm with you when you say don't put them in the West Finals or put them in the NBA Finals. When you said don't they gonna be out the first round, I think it could happen. Don't get me wrong, because it's the West, but come on now.
Hold on real quick, Phil. I didn't say they wouldn't get out the first round. I say I see them getting out of the first round. I don't see them getting out of the. I don't see them. They can get through the first round. I don't see them getting past after the first round because they still got Memphis to deal with. They still got Denver to deal with. I know we're talking about Golden State, but Golden State seems to always come together when needed. So I can't put pairing them two together.
I think you're right. I'll shut the fuck up then, David. I agree with you.
You cool.
Yeah, that Memphis is a good point because I think Kyrie and Ja are gonna be a show. That's gonna be Kyrie
you know what?
Ja. That's gonna be a show.
It was one thing I did want to give you, David. How you said that you don't know it may work out or not. One thing I can give you that could possibly destroy this whole relationship between the two. Because I don't know if y'all remember when Dennis Smith Jr. was on the Mavericks when Luka got drafted?
It's not the same. It's not the same. Dennis Smith Jr. ain't the player that Kyrie was.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is it could very well be a situation where Luka got the ball too damn much. Now, granted, it's a different coach now. It is a different coach now. But I think that is still a real thing. Like,
but it wasn't just that Luka had the ball too much. They straight up benched Dennis Smith Jr. for Luka. They didn't even really put them on the court at the same time. They they got
but Luka. You gotta remember they benched him because he kept saying I'm not getting the ball. He kept complaining about that shit to the point to where they benched him. Then he was like, trade me.
But that's because Dennis Smith. But that's because Dennis Smith Jr. needs to play on the ball, as we've seen before. Kyrie don't mind playing without the ball. So if you get Kyrie in the, it's
not. First of all, one of the main reasons why he left LeBron was because he wasn't getting enough shine with the ball. The reason why he playing with KD is because KD is the one who thrives without the ball in his hands. Exactly. That's why he was so comfortable with it, and why he was like, I can, have the ball whenever the I want to. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And it's been like that too.
And he don't mind. He didn't mind playing with him and James Harden because James Harden gonna get the right people the ball. He was averaging 11 assists.
Exactly.
Like he doing now.
Exactly. So this is what I'm saying though. You gotta look at the talent that Luka has had around him. how many of them do you really trust to shoot the ball? He hasn't had no great shooters around him. He hasn't had no really other good scorers around him. The only best other player he had around him was Kristaps Porzingis, and he couldn't stay healthy enough. So eventually, Kristaps had to be limited to a catch and shoot role. So eventually, Kristaps had to be limited to a catch and shoot role as a big because he couldn't get on the court. So they couldn't
that's another. I'm glad you brought him up because that's another person who said, "Get me out of Dallas," because I wasn't getting the ball because Luka had it way too much.
But if
they
you
didn't
ask
utilize
me,
Porzingis properly.
If you
ask
me
though,
though,
with this Kyrie situation,
if you ask me though, Kristaps couldn't stay healthy. He couldn't stay healthy enough to even build enough chemistry to where he built.
When he was healthy, you know what they was doing? They was doing with him the same shit they was doing with Finney Smith. Stand in the corner and shoot threes.
Or what the Bulls did with Laurie.
Facts.
Exactly.
Now you see Laurie now. Look at
they
this.
didn't utilize
market.
him. They didn't utilize him enough when they did have him there.
So is that a matter of coaching? Or is that a matter of the players that you have on the floor? Is that a matter of offensive scheme?
It's coaching.
It's both, and that's exactly why probably possibly cannot work.
I don't think that it's gonna be the same situation because Luka ain't had a player with this type of star talent.
But at the same time, as a point guard,
we just gave you two instances where
you gotta have rhythm. As a guard, guards need rhythm. Guards need rhythm.
Let me give you another instance because you keep saying he ain't had a player with this type, but he have just had a player that's, I ain't gonna say he Kyrie level, but you know what I'm saying, he probably a step under, and he only, you know what I'm saying, he on his way up there. I don't think he gonna get to Kyrie level, but he getting up there and he making big moves this year for sure outside of Dallas, and that's who they just had last year in Dallas. Jalen Brunson. It's
and Jalen Brunson. Wait, hold on. And Jalen Brunson would have stayed if Dallas would have paid him the money. Jalen Brunson was fine. Jalen Brunson was fine in that offensive system because Jalen Brunson was coming off the bench for Luka. So Jalen Brunson was getting the ball. And then when they started them together, Jalen Brunson was it's not the same. The Mavericks didn't want to pay Jalen Brunson because they didn't feel like Jalen Brunson was worth that money. You can't put that on Luka.
It's looking like
the same.
It's looking like they're wrong in that regard.
Exactly.
And he's not putting it on Luka. He's putting it on the organization.
Okay. So that's an organizational problem. And Michael, to what you said, when he had a player like Kyrie, what did they do? They went to the Western Conference Finals. So you telling me now that he actually has Kyrie that they can't duplicate that? If not, then further go to the finals? Y'all crazy.
You gotta think of Carneal. You still missing basketball as a chemistry game.
I was about to say Jalen Brunson and Luka was playing for at least like 3-4 years before they made it to the West Finals. Game.
You gotta think. Kyrie finna leave Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? He finna go to Dallas. Him and Luka ain't never played together, so they gotta find out a rhythm.
And Kyrie is big on rhythm.
Yeah, they
do. He ain't ever been in the West. This finna be a whole different ball game for him.
Yeah, he gonna have to really play some defense now.
Kyrie ain't never been in the West.
It's a lot of players that ain't never been in the West, so it's always gonna be a completely different ball game, no matter what. Just the same thing is when them players leave the West and go to the East. It's a different ball game, no matter what.
Just well.
And if you ask me, and from what everybody else is saying, the Eastern Conference has been a better conference in basketball the last 2 years.
But all the talent still in the West.
Not
the
in
East
terms
got
of guard
better team.
play. Not in terms of guard play.
Yeah, the West got all the top guards is in the West right now. Ja,
exactly.
Steph, Shai Gilgeous Alexander, all of them in
Kyrie
the West.
was the top guard in the East.
Yeah.
Let's just say right now at this very moment, this is Aaron Rodgers coming over to the AFC to go see. Let's say if he did go to the AFC, he going against Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. This is exactly what Kyrie's finna do with dealing with these point guards.
And we all know this. You put Aaron Rodgers on the right team in the AFC, he going to the bowl.
You hope. You hope.
Or he not lying. Carneal not lying about that.
Thank you, Phil. And thank you. Everybody knows this, bro. You put Aaron Rodgers on the right team. Look at the.
Okay,
I'm
still
sorry,
he
but
couldn't take y'all to the Super Bowl with
He
y'all
could
coaching.
he could be Montana. He could be Montana in Kansas City. You don't know that. Or Brett Favre in Minnesota.
Brett Favre in
And
Minnesota
who
was
is that
cold.
team?
Brett
Hey,
Favre,
Brett Favre in
Minnesota
Minnesota
never
was.
made the bowl.
His first year, they went to the NFC Championship and got
Hey,
Who is
smoked
that?
the fuck out by the
sweet.
Saints.
And Joe Montana on
Sweet.
Kansas
Hey,
City, he
sweet
was great
home.
too.
Bro, that was a bad
Joe Montana,
example, and you know it,
didn't Joe
dog.
Montana go to the AFC Championship in Kansas City?
Yeah.
Again, both good teams that didn't get it done. Just like the Mavericks, will be a good team that ain't gonna get it done.
That's what they said
Plain and
about
simple.
that's what they said about Dirk Nasty.
No. Dirk, that's not the same. Dirk was with one team forever, and you knew eventually he was gonna make one chip happen.
And he did. And he did.
Against the
And
GOAT.
he did.
Well, I ain't gonna
Just
say
like
against the GOAT. I say
I was gonna say,
No,
I know you did not just call that man the GOAT, bro. Oh no, Chris. Oh
Dirk.
no, Chris. Oh
Hey.
no.
oh, what I was the
I know
Hey.
you did not just
Hey,
call
I
that
just
man
want to
the
say
GOAT.
this. Hey, I just want to say this about Dirk right quick. Dirk got it done just like the greatest point guard ever, Kyle Lowry.
It's time to
Oh,
wrap
the
up,
cap is
fellas.
real. Cap has been
Time to wrap
activated.
up,
The
fellas.
cap has been activated.
Oh
The
my
cap
God.
has been
Hey,
activated.
you my
The
Kyle,
cap.
for the
Kyle
show.
Lowry. Kyle
You
Lowry.
my
Kyle
favorite
Lowry got it
That's
done,
Mr.
David. You got to hear it,
That's
David.
Mr.
Kyle Lowry
Toronto
got it
Raptor.
done.
That's
Kyle
Mr.
Lowry.
Toronto Raptor. All right.
But I ain't gonna lie. Now that one series LeBron and D Wade had against the Mavericks, I think it turned on that one play. I think it was D Wade. Him and LeBron got a steal. You know how they do. They was flying up the court. D Wade was all by himself and just somehow the kind of way he just kicked the ball off his foot and it went out of bounds on a fast break. And I think at that point, that's when, that series turned for Miami because they were supposed to
It
win that
turned
one.
when Jason Terry told LeBron, "I'm him." What you
Fact.
Yep.
I
And
was
that
finna say,
Jason Terry was not
the
going.
series,
Jason Terry knew that
the
was his
series.
last shot at
Hey,
the ring.
Jason
Hey,
Terry
hey.
should be thanking Dirk that he didn't make him look like a big ass clown for tatting that championship trophy on his arm before they actually got to the finals.
yeah, facts.
He,
Oh,
he
Jason
better be
Terry.
Dirk best.
Yeah,
He
I
better be
remember
Dirk
that.
personal driver for the rest of his life. That's all
I
I'm gonna say
remember
about
that. I
that.
was like, you so
Because if anybody else deserved it and earned it, it was that boy Dirk, boy. Because Dirk putting that work. Dirk putting that work.
Hey. That should have been one of them situations where y'all knew they was finna win. Kind of like how Michael said he knew the Chiefs was gonna win the Super Bowl. When Sammy Walker said he might retire for a year or two after they win, before they even played the Super Bowl.
So you saying that it was scripted for them to win, like you've been saying with everybody else you don't like, that it's been scripted for them to win. That's what it sounds
I
like.
think it was scripted for Tom Brady to win that year. The Seahawks didn't run the ball on the 1 yard line. I would never live that down because I remember being with Michael, Carneal.
People say
we was all watching that game together, bro. We was celebrating. We was ready to pop the bottle with bubbly. We was ready to go crazy.
People say all the Tom Brady Super Bowls were scripted. Even the ones he lost, they say he was scripted to lose those.
I don't think it was scripted. I just think he cheated.
Facts, Mike.
I want to take two from Tom.
It is time to go ahead.
All right, we rambling. Everybody making good points, but we all just rambling now. I was just finna say that, but anyway. All right, so everybody, some think Dallas is gonna be a serious threat. Some think they not even gonna make it to the conference finals. I'm gonna give my take. That's gonna be a dangerous backcourt once they get some rhythm. Kyrie, like Phil said, is a rhythm player, so it's gonna take them a while. It's gonna take them a while to get that chemistry. But you still can't count out Golden State. I know somebody told me they in the plan right now. You still can't count them out. Come on now.
Hey, and Clay coming back to himself too. So
baby face assassin.
Hey. But the the reason why we got to look at Golden State with a side eye this year more than any other year is the health of Stephen Curry. I don't care what anybody else say. If Steph Curry ain't, the Golden State Warriors go as Steph Curry health goes. Okay, and we saw that in the past. If Curry ain't healthy, this team ain't doing a damn thing, and it don't matter who on there.
But it's a plus. They starting to get the old Clay back. That Clay got them legs back.
Was y'all really expecting them to repeat? Because I mean, even I wasn't expecting them to repeat. I know they had a chance, but I wasn't expecting them to repeat. I know last year I had them winning from jump, but this year they already won. Like, you know, the Warriors kind of chill after they win. Like, you know, so y'all got to disrespect them some more for them to come.
I thought they was gonna win. Like, if Steph would have stayed healthy with the Clay, with this version of Clay getting his legs back, Clay having them 50-point outbursts, them Clay, it was a chance. But now Steph hurt.
I'm gonna tell you real quick. So D-Boy, go ahead and wrap this
up. If they healthy for the playoffs, though, watch out.
Steve Kerr got to figure out how to get Jonathan Kuminga going. That's the biggest X factor.
He goes. He been balling.
It's sporadic though. He still got them sporadic ass games. They sporadic. He got the sporadic ass games.
That's the point though. It's got to be on a consistent basis. Okay, he got a ball when they need him to and when they don't need him to develop that consistency.
This is only his second year.
Hey, we've seen a lot from players in their second year. I'm just saying.
On Golden State?
Y'all know it take an average NBA player around 5 years to actually understand the NBA.
That's not my point. My whole point is that if you still just relying on the legs of Steph Curry, Clay, and Draymond to get you everywhere and they aging,
you in trouble.
It's not about being in trouble though. Go to State riding this wave. Y'all want them to fold? Like this is what they got.
I'm not saying that they got to
fold. Hey, hold on, Mike, because I got Carnell and he finna be pissed off at this. You know how?
And this is why I wasn't trying to get into this. I was trying to wrap this up. Like,
let Phil make his point because we're gonna wrap this up after he makes this point.
All I'm gonna say is about Golden State always being a threat. It's similar to how y'all be saying how LeBron used to dominate the East. How it didn't matter where he finished, he was always gonna be in the finals. That's kind of what's going on with Golden State. I don't personally believe it, but I kind of expect it at this point. They've been doing it for the past like 3-4 years.
It's not the same. It's not the same talent in the West as it was in the East. This West is still a whole lot better than that East was back then.
Dana saying it's more impressive then.
There wasn't a single other superstar in the East at that time.
Hey, but the West been good, Cardinal. The West been good the last 3-4. The West been the cream of the crop the last few years.
The league is good, bro. Did y'all not see what I just posted the other day? 13 teams, both in the East and the West, still got a chance to make the playoffs.
The league is great.
The league is good, bro. So you know what I'm saying? And the Warriors is still in the mix of all of that, just like Phil was saying. So if they healthy come playoffs, they still gonna make a run. They still gonna make noise. And they might even win the fight.
The Warriors are still gonna be a threat. All right, fellas, that's our show. I want to thank y'all for sticking with me and going through it. I want to thank our fans for tuning in. This has been another banger episode of Can I Get Some Sports With That? Again, I am your host, D-Boy. You can check us out YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, #CIGSWT. Until then, until next time, until next show, fellas, y'all be safe. We out. Peace.